Now that I've completed Uzumaki Chronicles twice, technically, I'm allowed to have some opinions on it. And I do have some opinions, but they're not particularly aggressive. It's a bit of a novelty, this game. It's different enough from other beat 'em ups to be really entertaining for me. I like the way Cavia and the other developer, who I can't say the name of, tried to establish fidelity with the license and the game mechanics. That's always pleasant. But I think it's a little too easy to lean heavily on the RPG elements and avoid learning the nuances of the combat, because that's what I did. Anyway, for this video, we're going to take a look at one of the more adventurous missions. Obviously, there will be spoilers. I'm playing the game for you in real time, so of course there are going to be spoilers.
Oh, hi, Naruto!
Konohamaru, what are you doing here?
I was sent to buy something, but...
Huh? Oh, you came all the way here only to find an empty shop?
Yeah, and the shopkeeper lady's been gone a long, long time. Too long.
I wonder what happened. Konohamaru, you have any idea where she went?
Any idea? Well... Oh, I know! I think Karin went to the Blue Dragon Cave!
Blue Dragon Cave?
Yeah, that's where she gets the raw materials for the ninja tools she sells.
I see. And you say she's been gone a long, long time, huh? I wonder if she had an accident or something.
What? An accident? What should we do?
Don't worry. I'll go and check out this Dragon Cave thing myself.
Great idea. I can always count on you.
Right. Leave it to me.
Something that bothers me a little bit about this game is that, as far as I understand it, back when the PS2 was around, there are two ways you could handle this loading thing, especially in large 3D environments. You could have a bunch of small, quick loading screens, or you could have one really unbearably long loading screen at the beginning of everything. I would have preferred the latter. You'll see why it might get obnoxious to have so many small loading screens in a bit, when we actually enter the level proper, right up here. There's sometimes random encounters on the world map, but not this time, so we're not going to use Choji, unfortunately. We're just going to stick to Shikamaru because now we're in the level proper, and that's what Shikamaru is here for.
It's the cave Konohamaru was talking about. To think she'd come here all alone. She sure is dedicated to business. Hey! Karin! Where are you? No sign of her. She's gotta be around here somewhere. Hey! Karin! Hello!
Annoying kid.
Who are you guys?
Kill the intruder.
I've seen these guys before.
So this game is a beat 'em up, and you have two methods of assault. You have taijutsu and ninjutsu. You use ninjutsu by charging that little bar down there that you're seeing go up. And the two types of ninjutsu available are the Rasengan and the Shadow Clone Jutsu. Also, we just switched to Shikamaru. He's on a timer, basically, is what that is. And Shikamaru has trap kunai, but we can just throw them directly at the enemies instead of using them as traps. Anyway, this is the taijutsu, which is just hand-to-hand combat. This, what you're seeing right here, the punching and flip kicking and whatnot. And the ninjutsu is that really overpowered thing we did a few times, where we barreled into the enemy and then activated a cutscene to destroy them.
Rats! What is up with these guys? Now I'm really worried about Karin. Oh well, in for a penny.
I'm sure the combat system already seems a little weird, but basically what you need to know is that when I charge that yellow bar and unleash it, I'm using ninjutsu, which costs that blue meter below my health. And I have an upgrade that activates a cutscene whenever that bar is full and my attack touches someone, and that cutscene kills whoever I touch, basically. It's very rare that it won't kill whoever I touch. And this is what I mean by the RPG elements kind of making the actual combat system superfluous, because I don't have to actually learn anything about the enemy types or how they work if I don't want to. I can just charge up my ninjutsu meter, unleash my fully charged ninjutsu, and then a cutscene will activate, the enemy will die, and they'll drop more blue orbs, which will refill my stamina, which is what I need to use ninjutsu. So it's just an endless cycle of destroying enemies and then immediately getting back everything I need to do it again. You gotta spend a little blue meter, but it doesn't matter because when the enemy dies, you get it all back immediately. This is just one of many builds you can use. Like, this is an action RPG in addition to a beat-em-up. There's a lot of different skills you can equip. I just chose this one because it's the path of least resistance, the one that requires the least amount of effort to win the game. And it's not like the nuances to the combat aren't there or something. Oh, hold on.
Hey! Karin! Where are you?
Naruto!
Oh, there you are! I was worried about you!
You really came looking for me? I'm sorry. I came in here to gather the raw materials for my ninja tools. And then I heard a weird scream from deep within the cave.
A scream?
I wondered what in the world it was, so I investigated. And then I was surrounded by a pack of ninja I'd never seen before. I thought I was going to get caught, but I finally escaped. And there were guards at the exit, so I couldn't get outside.
Those must have been the guys I beat up.
I think there's something fishy going on in this cave.
You don't say. Look, just get outside, Karin.
All right, but what about you, Naruto?
I'm just gonna poke around this cave a little more.
Naruto, please be careful, won't you?
You too, Karin. Go on, get out of here before any more of them come along.
Like I was saying, it's not like the nuances to the combat don't exist. There's plenty. It's just you don't have to care, is the thing. You can opt out of that. Like, I can tell you about how when I switch to Shikamaru, if I'm close enough to an enemy, Shikamaru knocks down the enemy while dealing massive amounts of damage to it, and that's basically a free hit you can get from him. That's a pretty neat nuance to the combat mechanics, or how the juggling works, or how you can teleport out of attacks and land behind your enemy if you press X at just the right time. Or if you press X just a split second before square, Naruto activates a different set of combos focused on attacking enemies that are closer to the ground, and just unleashing the combo faster in general. Or you can double tap X, which is normally a dodge, and then press square to headbutt the enemy and knock them over.
What is this place? I feel like I've seen this place before. Oh, there's someone over there.
Intruder.
Give me a break! Not you guys again! What are you doing here?
Kill the intruder.
And there's differences in all the enemy types, of course. That's what makes them enemy types. Like, these guys we're beating up right now, they spin through the air, and some of them can spin through the air twice and lock onto you, kind of like how I'm locking onto them and annihilating their health bar without any effort. But none of that matters, as you're seeing. I'm just charging a meter and activating a homing attack, which then triggers a cutscene that immediately destroys the enemies. And on the rare chances it doesn't destroy an enemy because something goes wrong, they're already low on health, it doesn't matter anymore. And to add insult to injury, you can just stock up on items that refill your health and stamina at will. So even if you're somehow losing at the game, that's okay, just get more items and you can just power through it.
You okay?
Oh, too late. I'm done for.
Come on! Don't give me that! Hang in there! What the heck is this place? What's going on?
This is a laboratory. I was human guinea pig. They gathered us condemned prisoners and turned us into monsters.
You guys were prisoners? Then what happened?
Mist, green mist, made us like them.
Them? Which them?
Kill the intruder.
Oh, you mean them. Hey, hang in there! Ah!
I must kill.
Hang on! No, you don't!
We don't choose methods.
Uh-oh! He went and pushed it!
Must kill even if I go with you. Kill. Kill.
I've got to get out of here quick! They're not gonna let me get away! This is seriously bad! Isn't there another way out?
But then it doesn't bother me too much, because there's weird stuff like this that adds a lot of variety to the game. There's just... They thought about maybe the combat system wasn't enough to carry the entire game. So you do things like escape from a collapsing cave sometimes, while there's a loading screen in between every single room, which isn't great for navigating a maze. It kind of makes it disorienting when there's a loading screen between every single room, and it kind of breaks the tension. But I'm being a little too negative. This is a really nice segment. I know most people don't like mazes. I don't personally mind them, and I think the tension of having to escape is what makes the maze even more enjoyable. And also, it's not a particularly complex maze or anything. And there's just little sprinkles of variety like this throughout the adventure-style missions. But even then, outside of the adventure-style missions, most of the gameplay is escort missions. So, even though instantly killing all of the enemies using a meter that activates a cutscene is overpowered, even for the escort missions, the escort missions at least provide a slightly different kind of challenge than just defeating all the enemies to proceed. You still have to defeat all the enemies around your escort to proceed, but you have to be more aware of where they're coming from and keep in mind that their target is no longer you. You're not just concerned with protecting your enormous health bar anymore. You're concerned with protecting the very fragile health bar of something else. So the way you approach the enemies has to be different, even if what you do to kill the enemies isn't different.
What is this place? Oh man, I ran in the wrong direction! Wait, if I use this, there's a chance that I can... No time to lose! I'll have to take the chance!
And really, I think the variety is what saves this game for me. Like this, right here, where we're on a minecart, and we have to hit switches to change the direction the minecart is going, so that way we can actually leave the level. There's nothing like this anywhere else in the game. This doesn't come back or anything. This is a one-off thing. And it's these little glimpses of strange variety that keep the game interesting. Because I couldn't have expected this. I don't think anyone could have. I don't think anybody playing Naruto Uzumaki Chronicles was thinking, yes, this is the level where there's a minecart ride and I have to use the triangle button to hit these switches. You do want to use the triangle button, by the way, because that is your wide attack, and that's much easier to hit the switches with than your basic punch. You have to be careful, though, because sometimes the wide attack can hit switches twice, and that's the opposite of what you want to happen. Oh, and in addition to there being a variety, I want to point out that you do have to put effort into making your character so overpowered that you can ignore the combat. Like, it's not like it just happens on its own. You have to buy the right chips and slot them into the right place and pay attention to what they all do and how they interact with each other. There's a little bit of effort that has to go in.
feel like I've been rear-ended, but it looks like I made it. Now, forward! Ow!
But mostly, even though I had fun playing this, it really just made me want to play Full Metal Alchemist and the Broken Angel again.